Why Bitcoin works: automation, incorruptibility, and scarcity. Bitcoin succeeds because it operates at arm's length, autonomously enforcing immutable rules that make it incorruptible. Its foundation in automation and scarcity removes human discretion, ensuring fairness and long-term stability. Introduction. Bitcoin stands apart as a revolutionary monetary system because it addresses the fundamental weaknesses of traditional finance: reliance on human judgment, susceptibility to corruption, and the absence of scarcity. By eliminating these vulnerabilities, Bitcoin establishes itself as a system that ensures fairness and stability for its participants. This exposition explores the core principles of Bitcoin: automation, incorruptibility, and scarcity, and demonstrates how they interconnect to create a monetary system that is both innovative and reliable. Automation, removing human fallibility. At its core, Bitcoin is software running autonomously on a decentralized network. This automation ensures that Bitcoin operates independently of human control, eliminating the subjective decision-making that often leads to inefficiency or corruption in traditional monetary systems. Bitcoin's consensus mechanism, proof of work, is central to this automation. Miners compete to validate transactions and secure the network by solving cryptographic puzzles, a process governed entirely by code. This means no central authority decides who validates transactions or how the money supply expands. Instead, the rules are enforced by the software itself, creating a system that operates at arm's length from human interference. In contrast, fiat monetary systems rely heavily on central banks and policymakers, whose decisions often reflect short-term political or economic pressures. Interest rates are adjusted, money is printed, and bailouts are issued, all actions subject to human biases and fallibility. Bitcoin's automation removes these vulnerabilities by ensuring that its rules remain consistent and transparent. Participants can trust the system not because of who runs it, but because it runs itself. Incorruptibility, immutable rules. Bitcoin's incorruptibility stems from its decentralized and consensus-driven design. No single entity controls Bitcoin. Instead, the network's rules are enforced by the collective agreement of its participants. These rules are encoded into Bitcoin's protocol and cannot be altered without broad consensus, a near impossible feat given the global and distributed nature of its network. This incorruptibility makes Bitcoin fundamentally different from human institutions. Traditional systems, such as banks and governments, are prone to manipulation because they depend on human oversight. Rules can be bent or exceptions made to serve individual or collective interests, often undermining trust in the system. Bitcoin, by contrast, operates with absolute consistency. Its rules are not open to interpretation or revision. They are hard-coded and immutable. This design ensures that trust is placed not in people or institutions, but in the system itself. Bitcoin's incorruptibility guarantees fairness, as all participants must adhere to the same rules without exception. This uniformity fosters a level of trust and confidence that is increasingly rare in traditional financial systems. This content is brought to you by Bobby Giggs. Promote your brand here and reach a wide audience across platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Follow the links in the description to get started. Scarcity, the foundation of value. Scarcity is a cornerstone of Bitcoin's design and a key differentiator from fiat currencies. Unlike traditional money, which can be printed at will by central banks, Bitcoin's supply is fixed at 21 million coins. This hard cap is enforced by its code and cannot be changed, ensuring that Bitcoin remains a scarce resource. The process of mining Bitcoin reinforces its scarcity. Mining requires significant energy and computational effort, reflecting the law of conservation of energy. You can't get something for nothing. This unforgeable cost ties Bitcoin's creation to real-world resources, grounding its value in measurable effort and opportunity cost. Fiat currencies, by contrast, have no inherent scarcity. Central banks can create money out of thin air, often leading to inflation and a loss of purchasing power. Bitcoin avoids this pitfall by mirroring the natural scarcity of resources, making it a reliable store of value over time. Bitcoin scarcity incentivizes participants to act deliberately and efficiently. Every transaction carries an opportunity cost, reflecting the value of the Bitcoin spent and the effort required to acquire it. This reinforces the system's accountability and fairness. as no one can dilute the value of Bitcoin through arbitrary expansion of supply. Why it works: integration of key principles. Bitcoin's success lies in the synergy of its three core principles. 1. Automation ensures that the system operates predictably and independently. 2. Incorruptibility guarantees fairness by removing human discretion from the equation. 3. Scarcity preserves value and incentivizes efficient use of resources. Together, these principles create a self-sustaining monetary system that addresses the fundamental flaws of traditional finance. Fiat money, with its reliance on human oversight and infinite supply, is inherently unstable and prone to corruption. Bitcoin, by contrast, offers a system that is transparent, fair, and resistant to manipulation. Broader implications. The principles underlying Bitcoin extend beyond money. Its design demonstrates the power of automation and incorruptibility to solve problems traditionally handled by human institutions. By removing human discretion and enforcing immutable rules, Bitcoin sets a precedent for how other systems, such as governance or resource allocation, might be reimagined to reduce corruption and inefficiency. Bitcoin's potential to reshape global finance is significant. As trust in fiat systems erodes, Bitcoin offers an alternative that is inherently stable and fair. Its principles could serve as a blueprint for building systems that prioritize transparency, accountability, and resilience. Conclusion: Bitcoin succeeds because it is grounded in automation, incorruptibility, and scarcity. These principles work together to create a monetary system that is immune to human manipulation and built for long-term stability. In a world where traditional systems often fail due to human fallibility, Bitcoin stands as a testament to the power of autonomous, immutable design. By addressing the fundamental flaws of fiat money, Bitcoin represents not just an evolution in finance, but a blueprint for fairness and trust in an increasingly uncertain world.